If you've been working hard, chasing goals, doing everything right, but still feel stressed, stuck, or just not as happy as you thought you'd be by now, then these three beliefs might be why. Because if you're stuck in them, they're not just holding you back, they're quietly sucking the fun, fulfillment, and peace and joy out of your life. And here's the thing, most people don't even realize they're running on them. So in this video, I'll break down 3 beliefs that you need to break to build the life you actually want. Belief number 1, more is better. I used to think being productive was about getting as many things done as possible. I'd pack my calendar with back-to-back meetings all day and just try and get as many things as possible done for my to-do list, thinking I was accomplishing more and helping more people by just doing more. But after a while, I didn't like the way that my life felt. I was feeling more and more exhausted and doing less and less of the things that brought joy and aliveness into my life. And I thought to myself, there has to be a better way. A way where I can create better results and enjoy the process more at the same time. So that's when I came across things like essentialism and intentionality that taught me that more isn't better. More is just more, and better is better. And a lot of the time, less is better. Now, Greg McKeown in Essentialism says, if you don't prioritize your life, someone else will. And every choice you make has a trade-off. So make those choices intentionally. So I took these learnings to heart and started to slow down and prioritize hard. And I noticed that when I slowed down, gave my people more of my time in meetings instead of as many meetings as possible, and scheduled space to reflect and recover, I was actually able to be a better leader and help them more. I became more effective by doing less, but doing it with intention. And it's not just a work thing, it's a life thing. If you're chasing more without clarity, you'll always feel like it's not enough. You haven't done enough. You don't have enough. You're not enough. More doesn't lead to fulfillment. Clarity does. Clarity about exactly what you want and why. So you stop trying to do everything and focus on the right things. Lao Tzu said, to attain knowledge, add things every day. To attain wisdom, subtract things every day. So if you find yourself chasing more, ask yourself, what matters most right now? Belief number 2, I'll be happier when ... I used to think I'd be happy when life finally one day would look different, when I would have more money, better relationships, when people would just stop doing stupid shit and change the way they behaved. But that belief kept me stuck in shitty emotional cycles, going in and out of depression. My inner peace depended on everything going on around me, which meant I really had no inner peace. Eventually, I learned that happiness is an inside game, and inner peace and happiness can be attained even if life is chaotic around you. The Buddha said, there is no path to happiness. Happiness is the path. And we've all heard that happiness is the journey, not the destination. But the question is, are you living like that's true? Or are you still chasing some future version of happiness that never quite arrives? Because if you don't learn how to feel it now, you probably won't feel it in the future either. If you feel like you'll be happier at some future destination, it's time to ask yourself, what can I do in my life right now to enjoy the journey more? If you're resonating with any of this so far, just know you're not alone. These beliefs run deep, and most people never stop long enough to even question them. But you're here, and awareness is the first step to changing anything. So changing this next belief has made me so much more aware of what life I actually should be building for myself. And it's also saved me from building a business that I didn't want, or a life that I didn't want. Belief number 3, doing time is more valuable than thinking time. Most high performers are addicted to doing. Just get shit done, that's all that matters. They fill their time with tasks and back-to-back meetings, but never stop to think, what do I actually want? Is this solving the right problem? Or am I running fast in the wrong direction? In a 9-week leadership course that I ran a while ago, one of the biggest and most valuable breakthroughs people said they had was the concept of scheduling thinking time. They were so busy doing that they never had time to actually think and evaluate what they should be spending their time on. They never took the time to get truly clear on what outcomes they wanted to create. At best, they had a revenue number that they wanted to hit, but no clear goals on the culture they wanted to create in their teams, what tasks were the most essential to hit their targets, how they wanted their workdays to look and feel, what they needed in order to do their best work, and so on. They had no time to actually prioritize tasks. The goal was just do as much as possible, never reevaluating if the way they did things was creating the best results. They were living their work life in reactive mode, reacting to whatever seems urgent in the moment without evaluating if it should be a priority. By getting the permission to take time to think deeply, they were able to take back some control over their time again, and they've really noticed the difference. When you take time to think deeply about things, it changes how you solve problems. It can often change which problems you choose to solve. It helps you align your priorities with your values and the results that you want to create. It's the only way to get clarity on what's important, and clarity changes everything. In my own life, when planning what I wanted to do with this YouTube channel, I made some videos on a different topic. But taking thinking time helped me pivot towards mindset and emotional mastery, because that's what I realized I'm most passionate about and could talk about forever. Without thinking more deeply about this, I would have spent months building a channel and business that I didn't even want. So as Stephen Covey puts it in The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, and I'll spend the 4 first hours sharpening the axe. That's thinking time. It's not a luxury, it's the most high leverage thing you can do. Because reflection time creates alignment, and alignment creates momentum. Here are a few reframes that you can use to remind yourself when you get stuck in these mindsets. More isn't better. Better is better. Prioritize the things that truly matter and consciously choose the trade-offs that you're willing to make, and you'll be more productive and happier. True happiness doesn't come from outside circumstances and one-off events. It's about filling the journey with joy and mastering your inner world. And without clarity on the life that you truly want to create, you'll end up creating the life other people think you should live. To gain this clarity, you need thinking time. So if you like this video and want to feel less stressed and exhausted in life, watch this video next about 7 mindset traps draining ambitious, high-performing people. It dives even deeper into mental patterns that keep smart people stuck.